like to apologize for my,
Dude,
moralist.
apologize to the camera, not me, bro.
What's up, my boy?
My moralist.
What's up, boys? If I can have you guys take off your shoes.
Unbelievable.
What's up? We got the fucking Prohibition boys in the studio.
Let's get it, baby.
I got a feeling today's gonna be fun. Wherever you guys want to sit, say what up. Show your face, please.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
There you are. I'm gonna take that seat right there. Somebody's got a stick. Over here with double sticking, and then somebody hold it here.
Got it, dude. You want us on the couch, you say?
Yes, please.
Let's do this. Waters and everything.
Waters ready to go. What's up, guy? What's up, dudes? Prohibition comedy, boys. Guys, we're just getting right into it. So throw on those headphones. I'm not gonna wear headphones. If my audio ever sounds messed up, which it won't throughout the episode, you guys just let me know and we'll adjust. You wanna put your coats over here?
Are we good? How's this mic
so.
check?
You tell me.
How's this mic check? I think it's. Oh wait. I gotta.
Yeah, or you can go under. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. We're good?
Go!
Oh, we're
Check. Good. Live? I'd spoken briefly with each of you on how you guys met. I think it was at an open mic.
Yeah.
All right. Something like that.
was.
But how did the sparks fly though? And you guys were like, let's start a controversial ass comedy show during 2020.
McCoy here. He was, he's really struggling, and he just saw the promise in me and the youth, and he was like, wow. He's like, how do you do it? And I was like, I'll take you under my wing.
Very unlike a comic to pay attention to another's comic open mic set. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a busting right there.
And even in general, though, I think he kind of knew I was next up, and he was just like, and he looks at me and he goes, I've been looking for a mentor and an older person to really kind of show me the way. And he's called me hero like a couple times, which is kind of weird sometimes. Hero goes a bit too far.
Superhero.
Yeah, but mentor, it's probably true.
No.
But, yeah, so I feel good saying that. But yeah, I was like, listen, man, here's what happened. We weren't getting like a ton of spots, obviously, at that time. So we were like, let's start a show.
It's also during COVID. So.
Yeah. So when was this?
It was
just
in
like
COVID.
It was like one of the first open mics indoors.
This was late 2020.
No,
this is when Eastville was the only place doing indoor open mics. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and they didn't care. You know what I mean? They just shut the door in the back, and you couldn't even tell. So we started it then, and then we started even doing it in weird places, which is why we called it Prohibition. We were doing it in like an art studio.
Yeah, the concept it was like Prohibition era kind of comedy there when you couldn't do anything. So we first show in a photo studio. This crazy Russian guy, he had a TV like where the stage was, and he just had Fox News going. We're like, can you can you turn the TV off?
You meant during the show.
Dude, no, it was during the show for like the first two comments. Like, oh shit, can you turn this off, dude?
And then he was like 15 minutes before we were about to start, he had like some like young girl like half unclothed taking photos of her because he's a photographer and it's a studio. And we were like, bro, we gotta get this started. Can you get her out of here, dude? It was the wildest, like it's the most Russian shit of all time.
Yeah.
We're like, all right, this is weird, but
now the show has become mainstream and legit.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever get in trouble though for starting a show at that particular time, or did the owners of the places that you had the shows at
the one
get in
time
trouble?
I thought we were gonna get in trouble was our second show. We had it at this place in Queens called the Diddy, and this was like height of the
Do you want
pandemic.
me to beep? You want me to beep out that name so they don't get in trouble, man?
No, I think they kind of like. I think they kind of like being the bad boys. Yeah,
let's go.
And so we did a show there. The owner didn't give a fuck, dude. The owner was like,
because there's also an outdoor space.
Yes, they have an outdoor space. Exactly.
But I guess that there's like a roof on it. No.
Yes, there is. Yeah, but we opened up the windows, so it all escaped. Did we though? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know if we did.
It was summertime, so I'm assuming yes.
Yeah,
but dude, we had like fucking people literally like this close to each other in the back, and dude, and he came back, and even the owner who doesn't give a fuck, but looked at me, he's like, hey man, kind of a lot of people though, huh? And I was like, yeah. And he's like,
dude, it is crazy how now nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched like old videos from I guess a year and a half ago where everybody was wearing masks. I was like, you guys look like idiots.
Yeah.
It's nuts, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
It was 3 years ago, March.
Yeah.
Interesting. You guys following March Madness or what? Princeton and freaking Fairleigh Dickinson.
Dude, there's
Brackets
been crazy. Who is it that beat Purdue?
Fairleigh Dickinson.
Was it Fairleigh Dickinson?
Which is a very small school in Jersey.
Yeah, good day for Jersey.
Yeah, dude.
Let's go.
Good day for Jersey.
You know, I used to be really big into like the March Madness and shit, and I haven't kept up with this year.
I haven't filled out a bracket in a couple of years.
Yeah, I feel like I would if it, but I just
if like my boys kind of pull together a group text. Do you guys ever play fantasy sports?
I used to, not anymore.
Yeah, I don't really anymore either. I don't feel like it's worth it for me to. I feel like anytime I would put a certain amount of money in, I need to put that much focus in, and I just can't.
I also don't like how it ruins the viewing experience for football. Like it's like with Super Bowl parties when people have like, I don't know, sports betting in general too. It's like, oh, if I put this down, if this happens, I'll win $15. It's like, I don't give a fuck, you know? Like, I know someone who bets like a lot of money on favorites to win a little amount of money, and if he loses, it's going to ruin the night.
On an
I'm down for that.
On an individual person or a team?
On a team or like fights or whatever, but he'll put down $3,000 to win 1,000. But it's like if he loses, the whole day is gonna be ruined.
But if you're putting that much money down, you probably got it to lose, though, right?
Well, this person, maybe they have a bit of a problem, but
that's usually two ways that goes. Either has the money to lose, or
they have a problem. But that's entertaining, you know. When someone's like, all these kids now, because like this, you know, gambling culture is taking over. It's like, oh, I put if these 3 teams win, I win $15. I'm like, come on. Like,
it seems
watch
like
the fucking game.
It
You know?
seems like so much easier to bet on things nowadays with the amount of apps that are like, we'll give you $500 no matter if you win or lose on your first bet.
Well, now
and
it's
then
like
they just suck
it's
50% of the people in.
Because like that's
like influencers and stuff like that.
Barstool Sports.
Yeah, I saw that. I think Dave sold a little bit early, man. I don't know if I'm being controversial here, but he only netted $100 million out of the whole buy. Like, why not wait 2 or 3 years and then net 350 million?
Wait, didn't he sell the rest of it though?
Yeah, dude. So I think initially
got stock options and stuff too, though. So
but I think initially he sold that first like 51%. So he probably got like 45 million there.
I thought it was 100 mil for the first one.
In total, I heard him say.
Really?
I think Impulsive it was. He said 100 mil total.
Oh, you've watched that. So that's what I was just about to say. That's where I heard about this. Was on Impulsive.
Is Logan Paul AI or no? I've been seeing some conspiracy theories of that.
He's slowly drifting away from this scam, his crypto scam, but I'm happy CoffeeZilla is bringing it back up.
Yeah.
He went on Rogan recently and he was like, there's so many things wrong with this crypto scam, because a year ago, when Bitcoin was at $50,000, every influencer and their mother was like, all right, let's make a crypto coin. And now 95% of these influencers and business people that bought into these crypto scams are getting fucked. Even Kevin O'Leary with FTX.
Oh, yeah. With Sam Bankman-Fried. I think Shaq got fucked with that.
Yeah, there's like $1 billion lawsuit. And I saw this guy, I saw CoffeeZilla, he was speaking with this real estate guy, Meet Kevin, who's supposed to be, you know, like a very financially savvy guy. And CoffeeZilla was saying, look, there's a huge difference between Tom Brady and Shaq and a guy like Meet Kevin, who is in the financial industry game.
Right.
So I think it's going to be interesting to see.
He's like, I should be getting the inside information.
Dude,
even I'm not getting
it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the influencers and the athletes in a situation like FTX. But I mean, there's so many. You look back a year, as I said, a year and a half ago, so many influencers that their coin, like Dink Dong, went from, you know, whatever it was, $1 to half a cent.
See, and that's how you know all this shit is fugazi. It's just,
I think the first wave of it, for sure. We'll see what happens with the second wave when more people become more financially literate with crypto. But
well, what's weird too is that like there's no repercussions for this shit either. Like hardly at all.
I think there
like even
there
with like
will
this
be.
bank like shutting down and shit.
SVB.
I think we need to go back to the gold standard.
What's that?
Hold up.
It's like, what
measure money with gold.
I was fucking
measure money with gold.
Okay, yeah. You knew what it was. All right. I was like, you should know that of all people, because when you were born, we were still on that fucking standard.
That's probably facts, dude.
You know,
what's that? That's pretty funny. No, you're like a finance guy, or you sound like you're just a finance guy.
Yeah. I'm
He's
wearing
got
this
the
nice
voice,
sweater.
not the vest, though.
No Patagonia, no drip. You know, but I work for a tech company. Yeah, sales. So, not quite. What?
Kids pushing AI, dude.
No, not really.
Trying to get us out of here.
Not really.
You guys have any thoughts about comedy and AI?
I don't know, dude. So I was kind of paying attention during that whole thing when when some of the clubs were a New York comedy club was doing that shit.
Mint, right?
Yeah, where they were trying to do the virtual.
Oh, metaverse. You're talking about
the metaverse shit. Okay. Yeah, where they were trying to like do it on, and they would have people in the studio, and then they were doing it, which makes sense, right? But like to have it if nobody was in the studio, that would be weird as fuck, dude.
How do you mean nobody was in?
So like they would have guys come in, right, and then just do their normal sets or whatever, but there were people in the studio, which was dope, and then they would just broadcast it out.
So it was fully live or no?
It was fully live and then broadcast out on the metaverse, which that makes sense to me. But I've heard people doing it with no audience, which that would be weird as fuck. I don't think you can do comedy that way, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have the audience.
Right, because I've thought about I guess let's say somebody is in LA and they're doing they're like a hologram, and then they have an audience of whatever it is, 100 people in LA, and then people are in MSG watching this hologram. Yeah. I mean, that would get nuts.
Yeah. Well, then Lewis just put out his shit where he live streamed the whole thing. Oh, Chris Rock too, right?
Luis Gomez?
No, Louis CK. Didn't he just
Louis
live
CK?
stream? Didn't he?
Luis?
Whatever. I don't know.
I was like,
I was like, because I was like, I'm drunk. I thought the same thing. I thought he was talking about Louis J. Gomez and just had the slip of it. All right.
Louis
I mean,
CK,
he is Mexican, so that is fair. That is fair.
But he live streamed. My point being, live streamed that shit, which is like typically. Live stream. Dude, I tell you, I'm in a bad way.
Get him a drink.
Boys are in a bad way.
We have water for him. A little whiskey in that coffee cup.
But no, I just think that's a weird way to do comedy, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see. It's just so early with that too, man. It's so early. But I think creators and people doing stand-up shows, ultimately, I think the future is very bright for guys like us. Just saying. And comedians in general, man. People are really starting to love comedy. And then you talk about a time where you guys had prohibition shows, literally, where I guess that's why you started the name with that. But like people didn't even care to get COVID. They wanted to see live comedy.
Branding genius, you know.
Oh, you did see something in this camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me take him under my wing.
Oh, no, that's not
nice. And you guys do it all over, which is a beautiful thing, I'd say. You're not locked down to a club, which is great.
No,
you guys can do the same thing in many different spots.
For multiple reasons, though, I should say. Like,
do tell.
I mean, yeah, like, look, man, it's hard to get back into these clubs and like get deals that are advantageous to you. But also, too, it's also like you don't want to get locked down and be like, this is... and feel like you're just
because they could just kick you out
at any
next
point,
day,
and then you have nothing left, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it almost seems advantageous to keep bounce around and shit like
100%, bro.
Also makes it more fun. I feel like if you do
and your
a weekly in the
audience
same place, it feels like a job.
Unless it's free, it's got to be tough to bring in a number of people each week.
Right.
We know some people who do weekly shows and they charge a little bit of money, which I'm sure it's still it's difficult for them. Yeah. But if you do a free show every week, I mean, that's the way to just bring in X amount of people and not worry about it.
We've done that before too. And what's weird about that is people will just be like, if something better comes along that day, there's no thing holding them to come.
Oh, right.
To the show.
And they can also push down their reservations and then they will come.
Like it's 70 degrees out. Let's go get fucked up on a rooftop rather than go to this
also
concert.
like, and that could fuck over seating too. Like there was this guy, do you remember this? He got 15 tickets. We're like, oh, fuck yeah. And then he shows up.
It was free too?
Yeah, free. He reserved 15. He came with just one other person. He was like, oh, I don't know. And we're like, and we said the show is sold out too.
Yeah, I remember
and so we had
that.
to cut it off. We're like, dude, you just fucked us, man. Yeah.
Was it like at a story, one of those Astoria shows too?
No, it was this
Smolett,
bar in the city.
Venue?
Yeah. So
I forgot about that. That's
yeah.
15 reservations, shows up with just his girlfriend.
He was like, is it okay? And Matt was
the boys are coming.
Matt was like, yeah, it's fine, dude. Yeah. Just like walked away.
I was just like, come on, dude, what are you doing, man?
That's a very stressful part that I don't think a lot of people not thinking about producers wouldn't realize that up until the show, you're really worried about getting those butts in the seats.
And not to mention, dude, a lot of the seats get moved within the last few days. Like, you know what I mean? So like the day before and day of is when a ton of things get like pushed, you know?
Yeah, no, about producing being stressful. Like I hate when a comic will come up to you when you're just getting everybody seated. Like it's like the I guess the most hectic point of it. Like, you all right? You look nervous? Like how are things? I'm like, dude, just let me deal with
Get this show launched.
Yeah.
Like, there's a certain way to go about it and make it easier for people. So like,
I think producers should give out set times beforehand. It's not just like show starts at 7. Let's see who the fuck gets here at 7.
Let's see who gets here. Yeah, exactly.
Because especially sometimes comedians are not as reliable as maybe normal people.
Especially that, but not only that, but then also too, if you're dealing with like bigger name guys who have a ton of different spots, like
I thought you were gonna get racist for a second.
No. But those guys got to get out, man. So like, getting those guys in and out is always like a hassle sometimes too.
What do you mean by those guys?
Have you guys had a super memorable show? I had heard from the grapevine. I don't think either of us or us three haven't talked about this as a group.
Yeah.
That you guys had a show at Gotham that was. I mean, we can edit this part out, but went crazy on one specific night.
Yeah, man.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Both those shows at Gotham kind of went wild.
Yeah, I'd say the second one that was like a really hot crowd. That was like a show that went like perfectly, you know.
Yeah,
But then there was another one that didn't go as well.
No, it was good.
both of
It
them
just
went
wasn't. It just wasn't like amazing, you know.
Yeah.
But they were both like sold out and stuff. They were
Yeah,
good.
both of them went well. Those ones were fun. But honestly, that's not even the hottest one. I mean, by far, in my opinion, the hottest one that we did was New York Comedy Club. New York Comedy Club. No, probably July of last year.
Yeah.
It was crazy, dude. It was just off the top. You can kind of tell off the top, right? You know what I mean? Sometimes like they're just already chomping the bit when you come out. And then if you get the order right and you get that first guy that kills, because I think we had Norman at that one and he killed the first spot. And then everybody else just built off it. It was crazy.
Can just ride the wave. Yeah.
And that place is a kill box in general anyway. So you know what I mean? So like as soon as like everyone was like, it was crazy. That was a dope show. That was probably my favorite one by far.
I was talking about the one where you guys thought it was like a charity show, but it wasn't a charity show. So you thought that they were going to pay you for the charity, and
that was the one with Cody and Billy and them that we did.
That was the first Gotham show, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, what happened with that dude is
You want me to cut this out or no?
No, not I don't give a fuck, dude. I'll name names. One thing about me, buddy, I'm putting your name out there. Yeah.
Zoom in.
Yeah. No, so what happened was I had set it up and like it was going to be like a charity show, and so like a portion of it was going to the charity, and but I paid the comics, right? So here's what that was the problem, right? Because then we came out and paid all the comics, and then I was just going to take the check for the charity.
You wanted them to write you the check.
Yeah, because I was just like, I'm just going to take them. I'm going to give the charity the money, but I also have to reimburse myself because it's not like we just didn't pay nothing for we paid, it was pretty decent, like amount of money that we paid the comics. Like it was like $700, $800. Like,
Whoa!
so I wasn't just going to eat that. So I was going back and forth with this dude. You know what I mean? I was like, buddy, the check needs to be made out to me, like blah blah. So
they just wanted to write it directly to the charity.
Yes, and I understand why from there. And like I was trying to, you know, what I mean?
How else are you going to defraud the charity if they don't write the check to you?
Yeah.
You know,
how can I only give them $20?
Yeah,
but yeah, no. So like, I gave them the money, like the rest of the money. I just had to get my money back first in terms of like what we paid for the comics or whatever. But he wasn't understanding that. I don't know. There's certain places that like the staff, or I don't want to say the staff, but the management are just odd.
You're there like every week. Why the fuck would you say that?
I don't know, dude. Keep it in.
I think comedy clubs, man, they have a way in New York of operating where it's like there are a million kids who want to be you. There are a million kids who want to be on our stage. Yeah. So we can kind of treat you how we want to treat you.
There's that too, yeah, for sure.
Which you don't feel that so much outside of New York City, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yep. And look, man, I think Gotham's dope. Like, look at this is me backpedaling now.
No, it is, bro. It is. I mean, it's 300-person theater. You go there, you obviously want to get as much time as possible. Right. But some of these guys who are selling out 400-seat theaters, and they're doing it at a comedy club. I'm like, well, why don't go to like a dance theater across the street? That dance theater is used to paying 12 people per show. So maybe they'll give you a better split. Maybe they'll treat you a little bit better.
Right.
Yep. The only thing is then you don't have food and alcohol.
And then you also might not have that comedy crowd that would naturally flow into that venue.
Yep. Right. Yep. And then also too, a lot of these, that's what people don't understand about comedy clubs. A lot of these are set up to be kill boxes. So if you go into a New York Comedy Club, you know, the ceilings are low, like everyone's packed in. So it's set up to be a fucking kill box if it has a potential. Whereas the theaters, they're like bigger and like sometimes the laughs, you know, fade off, and I don't know, man. There's good and bad to all the shit.
Do you guys host up top?
Sometimes.
Yeah, we gotta stop doing that though.
Yeah, we do have to stop doing that.
Why?
We're at a point now, or I feel like at least I host a lot, man. So I don't need to host our shows. I feel like we should be, and people have told me this. We're like, we should be putting ourselves like in the middle of the lineup and trying new shit or just doing extended time rather than, you know. And I think we do it out of like
putting the show first,
and trying to make it advantageous to comics because no one really likes to host.
And it like saves an extra spot.
What does? If you guys, go ahead.
No. Like if we host, we can fit in another comic doing another set.
Yeah. Yeah, rather than having somebody host, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For us.
Feel like the vibe though is different at like a New York Comedy Club, like you were talking about. Did you guys host that up top?
Yeah, I've pretty much
it went
hosted,
well.
yeah, most of these ones, like at the clubs or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll usually do it, but I do understand like what like guys have been telling us in terms of just like, yeah, stop doing that, because it does make sense, right? Put yourself in the middle and like work on some shit, do extended amount of time, and like it's your show. You can do whatever you want. Don't feel like you always have to take the bullet for the team. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but do you host your shows all the time?
Yeah.
You do
every time.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I just feel like because I put the name of myself out front, put the brand, and a lot of the people in the audience are coming because of how I promoted it.
Right.
You know, like granted, the comics will repost the story. Maybe you'll tell your boys. Maybe you'll tell your girlfriend. They're like, oh, what show are you doing tonight? I'm going to this show. Come. But a lot of it is from the posts that I put out. If I'm like, you know, promoting it a little bit.
Yep.
So I think in general, that's why I always host, and I'll do like 15 minutes in the beginning just to set up the room.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I would be like, who am I going to put out there to be like, oh, the Ted Jones comedy show was sick. You should have seen the energy of the first comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
So
I
what
think
if
there's
you
like
put
that.
yourself last? So then that's the last memory that they have too.
That's a good way to do it, but I just feel like I don't want to have to rely on 6 comics that I'm not maybe 100% comfortable with their set at that specific time to carry the show. You know, if I book 6 killers and I know that they all have hour specials on Netflix, maybe that's a little bit of a different story. But besides that, I know the vibe that I want to curate and how, you know, we want the rest of the show to look.
Yeah, but also too, I would say this to you, just think about it, because like there are people that I could name people right off rip right now, like JC Mendoza, Onika. There's people that you could put to host a show that would fucking murder it. You know they're gonna murder as a host. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, just an idea.
No, it's a good thought.
But
I think it's more conceptual, like a conceptual difference. Like you, it's like your thing. Whereas like us, it's just like it's not really the Kevin and Matt show. It's just it's like a show.
And that might be different though if it was the Kevin and Matt show instead of Prohibition Comedy. I think you guys would feel a little bit more obliged.
We used to kind of do that. We would go up together. No
Yeah.
chemistry, horrible,
dude.
so bad.
Yeah.
It's tough, bro. The 2 bros up there trying to, you know, clank mics.
Yeah.
It works at the Cellar. You see it a lot.
Right.
But I think
But the
those
key
guys have
component
been doing
there,
it a while.
yeah, and one of them is at least one of them's a black comic.
Yeah,
you know?
one of them's black, one
You know,
maybe is Puerto Rican, not like 2
just
straight
said-
up good looking white guys.
Yeah.
You
everyone's
usually
just
wear a
these
hat, not
douchebags.
today?
Not today, bro.
That's
I brought
good.
it.
Oh yeah, dude, the
I
whale
brought it.
bones
Dude,
up. Just in case we get extra.
Never
weight
far.
here.
Yeah.
What do you guys
Never
have?
too
What do you
far.
have planned for today on St. Patrick's Day? Are you actually
Dude.
wearing green because of it?
Yeah, of course, dude. Let's go. Yeah, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, buddy. That's my heritage, dude.
if we have any-
My family is such pieces of shit, dude.
We don't have any silly glasses.
They get so fucking. Oh, I'll take one of those
Yeah?
right now. Yeah,
Get in there. Wait, they're pieces of shit?
Oh, yeah, my family for sure, dude. I mean that in
get
the most
some water.
loving of ways. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, my family, dude. They're like, we truly get excited about St. Patrick's Day, and it's the only holiday.
Where are you from again? Indiana?
Missouri,
Missouri.
tomato, though. You know what I mean? Flyover states.
Dude, then they have two cities in Missouri, or is that Kansas?
Yes, Kansas City. In fucking, I was just talking to somebody about this. Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, you found them?
Did you get him?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you fucker. Yeah, he's kind of Irish though. He can
Kinda.
kind of, bro.
Wait.
Yeah,
do
look
we-
at him.
How do we put
We're
these on?
buddies. We're singing and we're let me see.
Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah,
Ice cream
dude.
cone. This is vegan ice cream, by the way. All right.
Yeah, get in there.
What were you saying?
Are you a vegan?
Yeah, you didn't know
bro.
that?
How come people don't know? It's in my Instagram bio.
Yeah, dude.
The hell? Yeah, dude.
I saw your story of the vegan
hot dog eating contest.
Glizzy eating
This
contest.
July, guys. If you would like to compete, send your emails to TEDJONESWORLD
Really?
at gmail.com.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll get in on that thing.
Yeah?
Oh, buddy.
It's for a charity, likely. We'll see.
Yeah, unless you want to keep the money.
I love how those. I love how those glasses lasted 30 seconds top.
The problem with those is the bottom part is like
It's not
tickling. It was like
comfortable.
tickling my
Bro,
nose, dude.
I'm not kidding. Pack of 20 for like $8. Amazon could be easily the greatest invention.
1000%,
And I
dude.
don't like people who are against Amazon. It's like, dude, you got to roll with the times.
Yeah,
I'm not
dude.
waiting 8 days for anything to be shipped to me anymore.
Right.
I'll tell you
Right.
that.
Fuck those small businesses. You know?
Yeah, dude.
Pieces of shit.
Fuck those bookstores.
Yeah, dude. That was such a wild thing, right? It started out as a bookstore and then transitioned into like this crazy thing.
And it was nuts how he had investors that he was like, look, we're going to lose money for 20 years.
Really? Was that his thing?
Legitimately.
That was his selling point?
Yes. He's like, we're gonna lose money for 20 years.
Yeah.
And then in 20 years, you're going to make 10,000 times your investment.
Wow.
Yeah.
His parents invested-
Uber's still not profitable.
Right, but his parents invested $250K, and I think
he
have
came from
like
rich parents.
a small,
$5 billion.
A small loan of $1 million.
Small loan of $1 million from my father.
Dude,
Didn't really
on
need it.
Truth Social, he said he's getting arrested next week or whatever.
Who is?
There's
Trump.
no way
Is
that
he?
Donnie.
He said he's like, oh,
Yeah,
they
he said he's gonna get arrested.
Yeah, yeah.
which is cap.
Is that for publicity
clicks?
though? Yeah.
He just got his YouTube back.
Oh yeah, he got on
He
Facebook
just
again.
got
that's
his
right.
Twitter back.
Yeah.
I think
Isn't he
this is
saying?
for-
Isn't he saying he's not going to go back on Twitter though? He's like
I
doubling
don't know, I
down.
didn't see
Truth
that.
Truth
Why
Social.
does he not like Elon?
No, because he's
Who
just
also
like
got a small loan of $1 million.
he's dedicated to building Truth Social. Like he's like
Trump?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is that?
He's like fuck Twitter. It's his social media platform.
Okay.
So he's like, I'm just gonna stick to this.
And also, did you guys see Governor DeSantis took away a liquor license from a hotel in Miami because they had an intense drag show?
Really?
Which is when you hear about it initially, you're like, "What the fuck is he doing?" But then you
just stand up and applaud, and you go, "Thank God."
You dig into the story, man, and you see the people who were in attendance, or some of them were like 13, 14-year-old kids.
Yeah.
Theys and thems. Then
wow.
think about it again. Their parents brought them to that show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's a
the
little bit
parents.
dicey in that situation.
yeah.
A little bit Andrew dicey.
I also feel like, I don't know, both sides on this, they make it seem like it's a more prominent thing or a thing that's happening all the time.
I
It
don't,
really
want, I
is
don't
like,
want a transgender person going in the same bathroom as my daughter.
Right,
Type
right.
beat.
yeah.
But here's the thing too. I will say this about Ronnie D, and people have whatever opinion you want of him, but all-time troll job of last year was when he sent all the migrants up to Martha's Vineyard.
Oh yeah,
Dude, I was like, yo.
he made a lot of political moves, kind of like that. That
I think-
could be leading to him being our next president, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wouldn't
for
be
sure.
so surprised. I'd rather have
sure.
him than Donny T, man. I just forget
Yeah.
how much shit. Every single day, you pop up your phone and Donny T was on Twitter or doing something insane. Just don't need that.
Yeah,
drama.
buddy. At this point, I don't even feel like anyone's just president at this point. I feel like you're just like a public figure that they just kind of roll out for stuff.
You think Mr. Beast would ever be president?
Yeah.
I actually might think that too.
What's his backstory?
He's just been fucking grinding YouTube for 15 years.
Yeah.
He got like hyper focused on like shit, and he would like watch his shit for like 12 hours a day, and then him and his friends would like break it down and shit, and like try to figure out what the mechanics of making a great video were. And then he kind of blew up with all that shit. But,
Yeah.
But then the kid's smart though. He seems like a nice kid,
Super
like
smart.
a genuinely like.
Yeah,
sweet
did you ever
kid.
watch interviews with him on YouTube and stuff? Colin and Samir.
I saw him
a
on
lot of
Rogan.
them.
I saw him on Impulsive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him. Seems like a sweet kid. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and he's very smart. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's obsessed with YouTube. And that's the only thing he wants to do, by the way. They asked him if you could keep one thing. He said he just wants to make the best videos ever because everything attaches to his other businesses based on how good his videos are. And his videos don't really require so much of his personality.
Imagine if
You know?
he was president and he was carrying out drone strikes and making them into YouTube videos.
Yeah, dude. He's like, this is a great thumbnail for this one. I banged Putin.
Syria deserved it.
Yeah.
Putin's got an arrest warrant out.
Does he?
But that's bullshit,
It's an
though.
international
Oh, yeah,
crime.
We
I saw
don't.
that.
We
So
don't
what does that
even.
mean?
We don't. So it's the International Criminal Court. The U.S. We don't even. We're not a member of that. So we don't even respect that. So we have a law. We actually have a law. If the ICC arrests any American citizen, the president is authorized to do whatever the fuck he wants to get them back. So like, if the ICC arrested one of us, the president could literally start a war to
Really?
get us back. That's how little we respect this ICC
was
bullshit.
Snowden a citizen of the U.S.?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's in Russia right now. Actually.
Yeah. He was a normal dude.
Did you keep up with that though?
I watched the movie.
That's good enough.
That shit's
these
just too
days.
boring for me, I feel.
Yeah,
Too
it's a
much
lot.
fucking nonsense.
it's
I'm like,
I
a
guess
lot.
they were just like spying on us. He was like, "Hey, they're spying on us," and they were like, "All right, dude, get the fuck out of here."
But but I'm also like, did we have to take a guy to tell us that? Like, I just assumed that. You know what I mean?
I don't know, but back
People
then
were looking through our cameras.
I just assumed.
no, but back then, I don't know. Like early 2000s, people didn't know that shit.
Yeah, true. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just like a what's it called? A conspiracy theorist. So I was just always assuming.
Do you have any other thoughts about conspiracy theories?
Oh yeah, let's.
You were in Paris recently, right? Europe with your girl.
No. Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theories?
Yeah, yeah, dude.
You're over there pretending to be Italian. Probably.
Oh, buddy.
Wearing fucking
If
green.
you don't think I
Yeah.
had these rolled up and I was in some fucking
God.
slides,
You go-
you got another thing coming.
You're in
buddy.
Florence. You go, hey, do you guys have chicken parm here? And they go, get the fuck out of here.
Chicken parmy.
Dude, I was fucking in it, dude.
You were there for a while too.
Yeah, dude. I will become whatever I'm in. I will become. That's what happened. I lost myself in Italy, dude. Actually, all of this I think is from Italy. I'm gonna say.
The watch too looks a little Italian. Also, that wedding band Italian. You just look straight Italian. Hair or two.
Yeah, buddy. That's what I try to do. I try to morph into whatever I'm around.
Conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theory. This is the kid for conspiracy theories.
I don't know why you're saying that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you said you got some.
I say believe a lot. This kid knows all of them.
Moon landing happened or no?
I'm not into that old shit.
okay. Let's hear the new
you know,
shit.
no. I mean,
Like
we were-
Andrew Tate's fucking innocent. Type.
Oh yeah, he is. He is, dude.
Even I talked about Tate last time.
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
pod.
yeah.
Him and Aiden Ross.
Aiden
man.
Ross, yeah. Andrew Tate saved my life. Like,
Yeah, dude.
he's still in fucking prison there, and yeah, I don't know. I
I like
don't know much
Epstein.
about it.
There's one I definitely.
You like Epstein?
Well, clip it.
I like Epstein. That's one.
That's like maybe the least controversial
that he
thing I've
didn't. Yeah,
said.
that he didn't kill himself.
Yeah, that he didn't kill himself.
Even
for
like
sure.
Ghislaine Maxwell was like, he did not kill
Yeah,
himself.
for sure. So like stuff like that, man. But I just try to think of
Yeah.
like I try to think of like shit in terms of just like being realist. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think more so nowadays, people are realizing that conspiracy theories legitimately happen. Like, you guys see
Yeah.
this new documentary on Netflix, MH370, the flight. You guys know about this flight?
Which one was
So
that? Was
it
that
took
the one
off from Malaysia.
Malaysia was that? Oh, flight 370 Malaysia. Yeah,
and went to Hong Kong,
Yes.
and then apparently, like an hour into the flight, the pilot committed a murder suicide. So turned off
Really?
all the air in the back of the plane, locked out. This is a conspiracy theory, so you never know. But in the first episode of this Netflix documentary, slight spoiler, the guy thinks that the pilot committed murder suicide. He turned off all the notification dingies that apparently he
Yeah,
can't do
yeah, yeah.
anymore,
Yeah.
and then flew backwards until all of the gas in the plane just went out. Like, didn't have any more
Really?
gas, and then he just did a nosedive.
Because we
into the
were
mountain.
just told that it was that it just disappeared. Correct?
that it crashed. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's
They were like,
It's like you have no idea.
I don't
Then it
even
was a
know the
terrorist
story.
attack.
I just know when you have a terrible lie, it always starts with something like it just
Bro, it was
disappeared. You're like, oh yeah.
So it was like 9 years ago. To
I
the
think
day.
what made it slightly believable though, Malaysia to Hong Kong, Asian pilot, who knows what happened there.
Yeah,
But
could be.
And then the Malaysian scandal, the 1MDB scandal came out, I think a few years after that, which I don't know. We haven't really connected them, but I've only seen the first episode of the Netflix documentary. This guy, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. This guy, Joe Lowe, came over to the States, started spending $500,000 in New York City clubs, became tight with Paris Hilton. And he was head of the 1MDB Malaysian government assist program, which was supposed to create $5 billion worth of real estate in Malaysia. Instead, he just pocketed all that cash, this guy, and was spending it in New York City clubs, bought DiCaprio like a $10 million
To be
Peyton.
honest with you, dude, that kind of stuff is to me. I go like this. I go, good for him. You know,
Crazy. And now he's
If you can
gone away
figure
with
out
it
how
now.
to
He's
do-
laying
yeah.
low in China.
because to me that tells me that people didn't do their due diligence and that he found a way to get this money, and people were just frivolously just throwing money and just be like, yeah, whatever, and weren't like.
And it's also the
looking into it.
masses too. Like everybody was like, "This guy's just sick," so like everybody wanted to hang out with him. It's the
Right.
same shit with like Sam Bankman-Fried.
Exactly.
Nobody
I was
did
just about to
any.
say that's the same thing.
well,
basically.
I mean Epstein too. People didn't really know
Yeah.
where the money came from.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But I think that's a little bit different because how many people went down to that island and we saw the flight log, or we didn't actually see the
Well, we
flight
didn't
logs.
see the flight logs,
but
and that's a
seen
problem.
how many times? Like, why does it make sense on any
Yeah.
level for Bill Gates to go there more than once?
Right,
Let
right,
alone
right.
what? 20
And
times?
then how weird he was when it's like been brought up to him about his relationship with Epstein.
That's why his wife supposedly divorced him, because that came out and she was like, "I don't think so, dude. You're a weirdo."
Yeah.
Although she should have known that before.
He also was fucking Microsoft executives and stuff.
Was he?
Or not executives.
She was?
Like no, he was. He was having, it like came out. He had like a long-term affair.
It's a
with,
shame
like,
that
someone
guy
at
Paul
Microsoft.
Allen died. He was Microsoft, right?
Yeah, he was. You're right.
It was Paul Allen, and
Paul
then
Allen?
So Paul Allen has.
I thought we were talking
massive
American
yacht.
Psycho for a second.
What was his name in that?
No,
Patrick
that was Patrick
Bateman.
Bateman, but I think he killed a guy named Paul Allen.
Oh, really? No, but that guy has a fat yacht, Octopus. You ever seen that? Shaun White and who's the race car driver? Lewis Hamilton chartered it like a couple weeks ago. Huge yacht guy, by the way.
Really?
You guys should start looking at yachts. To be on that yacht, you have to be the fucking dopest person
Right.
ever.
Oh, I thought you were saying like it's good to look at them to like channel that, and one day you'll
That's
be
what I
there.
mean.
Yeah,
Exactly
hey.
what I mean.
Hey, yeah.
Or you could just lie and get $5 billion and buy your own. You know what I mean?
$5 million is not enough for the
$5
yachts
billion.
that we're looking at.
I know,
That's
you're right.
enough for a 2-week charter.
Yeah, that's true.
Besides
that's
that,
true.
dude, there's some money that's just incomprehensible until you see it.
Yeah,
Right.
dude. You ever
To be
think
honest.
what outside of like, because I don't even know what garners or nets you that kind of money, that stupid kind of money.
In that situation, a lot of Russian oligarchs have been having their yachts taken away from them because of what happened. So no joke, like 15% of the super yacht community's yachts were taken away because of the Russian scandal.
Yeah, they were like proud about this in Italy. We were taking this boat tour, and they were like, "Oh, see that house right there? That was a Russian oligarchs. We snatched it." And they were just like, "Oh, that one too. We snatched it." Like they just
So it's
got
like the
all their
Russian,
shit
it's the
taken away.
Russian and the Middle East money that take up like 40% of those
So it's usually like-
yachts over 200 feet.
Yeah, it's like natural. It's like natural gas money,
natural resources. Yeah,
money.
it would be like going to Niagara Falls and being like, "No, we own this money. We're just gonna water bottle
Yeah.
it."
That and then
If that's fresh water.
like
I was just like,
Yeah, if the water's fresh.
that and like not paying taxes. I feel like
Yeah,
when
that's
they
a big
just
part.
they find a way to just get out of that once you get to a certain level
Yeah.
of wealth.
Yeah, and
That's a
have some
loophole.
government contracts too. That'll really help.
Yeah.
Like no matter what you do, you just make $100 million a year off
That's
of
like
government
what was that?
contracts.
What was that one? Reservoir
Jonah
Dogs.
Hill.
Was it Reservoir Dogs?
No, it was
Or-
Miles Teller.
Yes, but
Not
was it
Reservoir Dogs.
War Dogs.
It was War Dogs.
Yeah,
Yes, Miles Teller and
Yep.
Jonah Hill. Right?
yeah. That is
He like
that is the way.
underbid by 50
yeah.
mil. He's like, "Fuck!" I was like,
Yeah.
"Dude, you were scamming them either way.
Yeah.
Relax."
Still, though, 50 mil, man.
Yeah.
That's a yacht,
I'd be pissed.
probably, right?
So I went to one of my best friends growing up. He started dating this girl whose father was a billionaire, huge finance guy, and one of the first times I
hedge
really,
funder.
yeah,
Yeah.
was it Lightyear Capital, something like that. He passed away within the last few years. I think it was something like that. Yeah, it was worth like $1.5 billion.
It's crazy.
I was invited to go down to St. Bart's for New Year's and stay on their yacht that they had chartered for 4 nights. This was the time in my life where I was like, I couldn't even
Fuck it.
imagine wealth like this. The water, different color, the mountains.
You were dating this girl?
200-foot boats. No, my boy was dating her, and I
okay.
introduced them. So I kind of got like the third wheel invite, but it was the
nice, dude.
You got a referral bonus.
yes.
Yeah.
Fucking- dude, P. Diddy's yacht was right next to us, 10 feet away. I got too drunk on New Year's, but they went to P. Diddy's yacht on New Year's. So it was
Damn,
like
dude.
that kind of money, like
I feel
Russian
you gotta-
oligarchs type.
Yeah, you got to regret that one, though, huh?
What, that I was asleep?
Yeah.
I would like to think that in the future I'll meet P. Diddy and I'll tell him that story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's all good. I'm cool with
Yes.
that. But in St. Bart's at the port, you can only have an up to, I think, a 60-meter yacht, which is around 200 feet. And
Really?
anything bigger than that, you got to go out in the water. Like Russian oligarch.
Really?
Roman Abramovich, who had owned Chelsea, the football team, he had
I remember that. I know exactly.
so
what
he
you're
had
talking
a 400-foot yacht that he would always have to have in the middle of the ocean. He used to have the most banger parties, but the people who were right up on the dock, like it was cool because they were close to the restaurants. They could walk off the yacht. You know, it's good for the show.
That guy was one of the guys that was actually trying to get Putin to like, hey, let's chill, because he was like,
bet,
hey, man,
'cause he
I
was like-
missed my fucking boat.
Like 3 of them.
Yeah.
3 of them, dude. He had which is the one that he always had the parties on for the past like 15 years.
I want to say
Eclipse.
it was
Eclipse
his
is called.
house that we went by. I want to say
Roman
in Italy. I'm
Abramovich.
not
I
100%,
wouldn't
but
be
think it was,
surprised.
Yeah.
He has like a $100 million house that has been being built in the past like 7 years on the Upper East Side. I don't know what the status of that is. I just don't know what it's like to go from having 20 bill and then the next day being like, yo,
All your
you got to
shit is
spend
frozen.
like you were making 6 figures or something like that.
That's like probably everybody who had
I would be
FTX.
beyond pissed if I had 3 yachts and then some asshole just took that away from me. I can't imagine going from that to.
But
I guess
that's how
I
shit-
guess
Sam Bankman-Fried
I guess the
type.
only
That's what I'm
comparison.
saying. Yeah,
I don't know about. I mean, like
My friend lost $400,000 in that.
right, but we're talking about 3 yachts to
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
six-figure salary.
like something that we can understand.
I got a better comparison. Maybe in the South when they lost their slaves, you know, and they had to live normal lives.
Yes.
Must have been tough for those white folks. You know, it's got to be.
100%.
Yeah.
Clip it.
100%.
Yeah, I'm about to get banned from every club, and Kevin's gonna be on fucking.
No, I'm just saying.
Donny T's.
I'm not saying they were good people. I'm just saying that it was
Relative.
probably, you know,
Right.
they were probably life was a lot harder for them when they didn't have people doing free labor for them.
Matt, did you see a good amount of racism growing up in Missouri or not really?
Oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah.
Like high school wise, what was
Yeah,
something
dude.
crazy that you saw?
Like I'm just because people out here, people will be like, oh, like because yeah, this is a perfect example too. Because like I wasn't actually in Kansas City. I was like on the outskirts of Kansas City, so it was like a small town type
What was
shit.
the town called?
Agency, Missouri. That's where I went to high school at, and we had
You just tell.
That just
us.
sounds like a small school.
yeah, and we had 60
That's
people.
dope.
in our
Look at you, and now
graduating
you're in
class.
New York, freaking living your dream, buddy.
Yeah,
Good job, because
Yeah.
we're just freaking New York kids.
Yeah,
Right,
you're just
right.
freaking- yeah, piece of shit, degenerate New York kids. You know,
Stop. We grew up in some rough areas, all right?
I remember in baseball, like I would say that I lived in a certain neighborhood, so kids thought I was more street. It was pretty funny.
yeah. No, our shit was, dude. It was wild though. Like we would show up to school and they would have tractor day. We would show up and like people would have like the Confederate flag like plastered in the back, like their
Right,
windows
but back
and
when
shit.
I feel like back when you were in high school, was it like 10 or so years ago? It's maybe normal to kind of do that shit.
Oh, buddy,
15 years ago.
I'm having
whatever.
my 20-year reunion this year, pal. I mean, it was a while ago. People were popping off saying crazy shit back then. Like this was way before cancel culture. So like that's what I'm saying. I saw some wild shit. And we had one kid, we had only had one black kid. So like
in the whole school or in the whole
school,
town.
Whole school, dude. Whole school.
How many people were in your town?
What was his name?
Kevin Robinson. Yeah.
Same,
Shout out to
dude.
K-Rob.
K-Rob. What do you think he's doing?
He's rapping, I think.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Should we put up his track?
Yo,
Let's give him clout.
give him some clout.
Yeah, wait. Will he copyright us though?
Probably not, dude. I don't think he's
You
doing
wanna play
that well. Let's see if we can find him, man. I'll send it. I'll send some
Oh, we're
shit
doing
over
it
to-
post prep. Okay.
post prep. Yeah, we should pop it up.
Yeah, I thought he was getting live action here. Yeah, we'll pop him up here.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do the outro song with his
Yes,
stuff.
if Kevin. That'd actually be great.
So being the one black person in your high school of how
Yeah.
many people?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It actually, statistically, it wasn't that bad. Like we had a graduating class of 60, so you know, it's 6%.
Any Asians?
6%.
No, no Asians.
What was the ratio guys to girls? Was it like pretty even or?
Yeah, it's pretty even. Probably more guys though. Real sausage fest, you know. Yeah,
Damn. How was the-
and we had the elementary attached to the high school. So there's
That can't be good.
No, it's
that's
not.
like sketchy.
Yeah,
like,
it
oh,
is.
she's gonna be hot when she's older, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Actually, dude,
fucked.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Our teachers were having sex with students too. That much I 1,000% know. Yeah.
That happened at Poly Prep
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, but he got in trouble for it.
Yeah.
But
No.
I
Yeah,
thought
no one
this
got in
was-
trouble at ours.
I thought this
No.
would never happen. What was it like? Guy teachers?
Guy teachers and girl teachers.
Isn't the
Oh,
isn't
y'all-
the age of
y'all-
isn't the age of consent in Missouri like 12 though?
I think it's probably 16, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so
that up.
technically it's probably legal. Yeah, dude. But all our teachers were also young because our teachers, no one left the town. So like, dude, you'd have people graduate, go to college, and then come back, and they're like, at that point, they're
24.
23. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So female teachers fucking like guys though. That only happened. That doesn't happen in New York. That
dude,
does
I
not happen in
wish.
New York.
what, hot girls, hot teachers, or what?
No,
No,
hot
no, no.
teachers, but like, bro, they wouldn't put it out
Teachers,
like that.
teachers, fucking kid or
Oh.
students. Like that
Dude,
does
oh,
not
that's,
happen.
It says in Missouri, 17-year-olds can consent to sex with anyone 14 years or older.
Damn, there we go.
What the f-
Yeah.
We were 17 when we were in senior.
No, that's yeah. The age of consent is different state to state.
How old was your when you was hooking up with that teacher? And how old was
17.
she?
She was probably 24, 25.
That's a weird situation to be in, though. I don't think you should put teachers who are
So-
that close in age.
Did
with
people
high school
find
seniors.
like did it get out to everybody or no?
No,
today
but
with TikTok and
It,
shit.
it would have, but also we didn't have pictures, so we weren't taking pictures. We didn't have none of us really had
How were they communicating? MySpace or some shit?
I don't know. That's a good question. No, I think just at the school. We would always stay late and like hang out with her and shit like that. And she was like the coach of like the girls team, so we'd already be around and shit.
When did you first find out?
I had a feeling. I mean, I kind of knew.
You just felt
He was
it?
good. No, he was good about it. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't like, he was just enjoying the ride. You know what I mean? He was enjoying the ride. That's what you guys need to
I would
learn.
fuck that up.
Yeah, I think
if I was
but that happens.
17
I
and
feel
doing
like
that.
has to happen to 80% of kids who are banging
he
their
told
team.
me-
No, it always gets out. It always gets out.
Yeah. I mean, he told me afterward or whatever. Like,
Well, how many times after,
in
though?
college or whatever.
Wow, props to that kid.
Yeah.
You want to shout him out?
No. And even then, like he didn't really admit. He was just like, "Oh yeah." You know what I mean? But
Where's the teacher at now?
I don't know,
Tell
man.
me she's still fucking there.
Tell me she's still hot.
Yeah.
Still
Can we
hot,
pop-
still fucking
Here she
kids.
is right here. Come on out.
We just sit down and interview her for the next 30 minutes.
I'm like, actually,
What were you thinking?
Spoiler. Jennifer Sanchez.
And this just turns
I'm
into a
Mexican.
porn.
Yeah, dude.
We've thought about it.
Yeah, dude.
We don't need her.
It was crazy.
Exactly.
No, but even crazier though, I think was there was a guy teacher that was fucking one of the female students. That was never confirmed. But
That
we're
is
pretty
really
sure.
creepy, bro.
That's crazy. Yeah, but he was also.
wait. I love how we were just like, yeah, teacher,
Bro, but
fucking
that's
the
how I
guy,
feel like that's
and then now
literally
it's
how
like,
it is.
that's
Fucked up.
deplorable, disgusting.
It's
What
crazy
a
because
piece of shit.
Dude, that's how society sees
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even, but sometimes the parents of the, let's say the kid who's 17
Yeah.
hears that. He's like, oh, that woman is disgusting. But under no other circumstances is a guy reacting like that.
I'd say majority of the time it's creepy, but there are a lot of girls who like fantasize over like a hot teacher. Like
Yeah.
that happens. That happens.
Yeah, for sure. No, and that was never confirmed, so I can't really. None of this was never confirmed, allegedly. So like,
I mean, you said you knew it was happening in your school. Maybe not this particular circumstance, but you knew
Yeah.
other people.
yeah, I mean, I just knew. Like in small towns, a lot of weird shit happens. So like, I knew like the other schools. Probably, I had a pretty good idea of who was laying pipe and shit. Yeah, dude. So there was like allegedly, like don't take me to court. But I'm pretty sure that there was a guy teacher that was fucking one of the girls in our grade. So
And you were 17.
Was she hot?
she was all right. She was fine.
He was what, 24?
He was probably
25?
24 too. 24.
Wait,
is
24 to 17?
25, yeah. Maybe 26. I don't know.
It's kosher and
That's not. That's
It's not even that bad.
That's not. It's not.
Now we went from that's deplorable being like, you know what?
It's not
bad.
It's not like.
She's pretty hot.
It's not
New York
quite.
gets consent.
That's not
17 too, by the
That's
way.
not pedophilia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
True. No, I agree. Yeah. If they're 17, 18 or whatever, yeah, man.
Consent too.
Yeah. Right. So anyway, yeah, I came from a wild region though. Wild boys. But that's like, I think about that a lot, dude. The shit that was going on when I was a kid was like just never, ever happened now. And then I think back, even the stories that my dad and uncle would tell me, I'm like, dude, that would never happen when I was in school.
Actors talk about that now in terms of being famous. Like I heard Ashton Kutcher say the things that were going on in clubs 15, 20 years ago would never go on these days. Like way less privacy.
That's why you got to have your own private island.
Or a boat, or a yacht.
Someone
This
did
is just
that.
an ad for a yacht. This is an ad to have a super yacht.
It
You
is.
can do whatever you want.
It is
you know?
the 500 footer, man. Mm-hmm. The 500 footer.
Have you ever been on a yacht other than that one time?
No, but that was it, man.
That's good enough.
That got me. Well, I mean, in terms of that got me thinking about how I want to be on another yacht again. So that was all I needed.
Yep.
You
It's
know
A
what I
little
mean?
taste.
Yep.
Can't give it up.
Yeah. It's interesting when you really look at the metrics of it, there's nothing that would waste more of your money than owning a yacht.
Yeah.
Just even sitting there, you're paying rent. You're also paying for gas for it sitting there.
It's
even
such
when
a
it's not
flex,
even
though.
running. 30 people washing the freaking boat every day.
Yeah, 'cause then you
30
have
people
fucking people
living
working.
on it.
Yep.
You pay them full salary. It's the
Yeah.
biggest.
You think the
biggest
staff's
flex ever.
stealing? Probably.
What?
I don't know. That's what I was saying.
Can't really. They live on that yacht.
Yeah, right. They're just
They're
you
not
see
gonna,
them
like,
walking
steal
off
a
the
lamp.
yacht with like a nice painting. You're like,
Yeah,
hey, man.
no. Because
They might steal a little something.
Yeah, but
When you have
maybe,
that much
maybe
stuff.
cutlery. You're stealing some knives and shit to go back to Australia.
Some like crystal like
But dude,
ashtrays.
yeah, some fucking rose quartz,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Seriously, you are making like $400K as a captain on that yacht.
Yeah.
Probably more.
Oh, yeah, you're doing
probably more.
Yeah, you're doing well. Huh. Are those real crystals?
I got them on Amazon, so hell yeah.
Do you believe in crystals? Like you fucking
Yeah.
summon the energy?
Not really, bro.
No?
You see, I
Just
got
for
all
the
these-
girls?
Yeah, I got all these notes here, bro. Chicks don't really come to this apartment unless they're doing the pod
Really?
or they mean business.
Yeah.
Not both. I won't mix both.
Both at the same time, maybe.
Yeah, literally.
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't mix that. No, not really. I just got it on. I got it on Amazon, so it's whatever.
Yeah. Do you believe in like astrology and crystals or no?
Yeah, a little
do?
bit. Not a lot. Like I don't have to live my life by it.
Right, right. The more you're around girls, though, I feel like the more they'll fucking get you into that. Because I hang out with Glorielle's and shit, and like
She loves that,
Bro.
She loves talking about that.
she'll be like, "What's your moon sign?
She's like, "Oh, I
What's
can
the
read that. I
exact
can read that."
Time, yeah, that you were born." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Why does this matter?" And then she's
"It's
like,
giving Aries."
"Yeah, yeah."
Love her, dude.
But
She's great, man. We have a lot of great people in our New York comedy industry, man. I'd
No, for
say
sure.
there's definitely not one person that I could think of that like that person is terrible. I hate
Really?
that person. Yeah, I can't really think of
can.
that. I don't know if you can.
yeah, that I don't like for sure.
I could probably go 15, 20
Wait, really?
in a hungover stupor right now.
Was there certain instances that really turned you
No,
off?
I'm fucking around.
No,
No,
I'm
no.
fucking around too. There's
You guys
maybe,
are not fucking around. You guys just said it in like that.
no. There's maybe maybe one or two people.
But not that you're like, I fucking
No,
hate
but
that
also,
guy. I don't hate
yeah,
anybody.
no,
I'm
no,
just saying what I mean.
The
Yeah,
people, like, if I did list people, if it's like I haven't been around them enough, so if they said a nice word to me, I'd be like, oh fuck, I like them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
I think that in comedy, there are a few things that you can do to make yourself just middle of the pack, not hated or liked.
Yeah.
Say smiling,
Yeah, dude.
being kind.
Yeah, like
Because
the
a lot of
basic
people-
minimum stuff.
Basically
Like
like
eye
standard
contact,
human
you're like,
people.
oh, okay.
Right.
Cordially say hello.
Right.
Nothing crazy.
Repost the
That's
fucking
tough.
show
That's-
story.
that's-
Yeah.
That's tough for all the autistic comedians out there.
No,
though.
no.
That's
No, I was saying in general. I was saying repost the show story, like if you Prohibition comedy, repost it, and then you thought I was saying that you didn't or something, which is not the case.
Okay.
oh, I thought yeah.
No, bro, I was not talking about you. Bro.
Fight.
I'm just saying in general.
Typical-
That's something that can make you nice. to
Typical
someone.
McCoy trying to divide and conquer right now.
He's like, he's in the middle, dude. We can both think.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm drunk. I just want to see some
No,
entertainment.
but I think some comics don't have people skills, which is fine. But there are little things that you can do to make yourself more liked.
I don't think that that's an excuse, though. I think that, like, dude, even if you're like an introvert, right? Bare minimum, as we said, say hello. Look someone in the eyes. Be like, thanks for having me.
Well, this is more conspiracy theory. So if you
I don't believe in this one.
put a little child through like extreme stress, like you make them feel like they're about to die, and then you extract their blood in that moment and drink it, it makes you like appear younger and like keep all of your like youth and vitality and stuff. So there's a conspiracy theory that like all of Hollywood,
Discuss it.
all of Hollywood, they,
They've just been drinking baby blood.
yeah, and that's how they all keep their good looks and shit, you know.
Do you hear about this guy who's continuously trying to be an 18-year-old? You see
Yes,
this? He's eating
yes.
full vegan.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
looks
yeah,
so
yeah,
his skin
yeah.
is like this. He's running
Yes.
miles a day.
Isn't he like, he's like 60
He's
or
like,
something?
no, I think he's
70?
like 45, but he
Oh,
had
is he?
everything lined up. He
this
has the body
Hezbollah?
of like a 19-year-old.
Is this
No.
Hezbollah?
Shout out Hezbollah, though. I'm happy the Nelk boys are taking him under his wing.
yeah,
I
dude.
love those guys.
Yeah. He came to America for the first time, and I think they're going to drop that video on Monday. So that should be a good watch.
He's in Europe right
Those
now
guys
at
are
the
killing
UFC
it right now.
fights.
Yeah,
I saw that,
yeah.
and I think that they were just shooting a vlog together, man. That's a dope thing that they've accomplished. Or
I'm very
Kyle just
surprised
creating
they,
that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
they blew up like that, to be honest with you.
I think it was the Donald Trump bringing them on stage to sing the YMCA was like a whole nother. I remember I saw that post. I was like,
Yeah.
this is beyond anything I would have ever thought that
Yeah.
they could get themselves into. Then they had Donny T on the pod. Then they had Elon on the pod. Dave
Dana
Portnoy.
White. Dana White's a big
Yeah, he was like
favorite.
one of the first, I think, promoters of the Nelk Boys. It was
Yeah.
because his son really liked them too.
Oh, is that what it
so
is?
that says something about having an older audience's child or whatever liking your
Yeah,
shit. I
yeah.
think that's how they got. That's how they got Mike Tyson too. I think their
Really?
daughter like
Yeah.
knew about.
Didn't
them or
Mike
whatever.
Tyson try to fight one of those motherfuckers on the podcast? I heard he did. Maybe this was a different podcast.
No.
Tyson tried to was like
It was
pissed
Lil
and, like,
Nas.
legit-
It was Lil Nas X.
Oh, is that who it was?
Yeah.
They got what?
Not. It wasn't like. It was more just like Mike Tyson like kind of letting out.
Right. Nas came on Tyson's pod.
Yeah. And he was like, Lil Nas X, he's like, do you even know any of my songs?
Yeah, that's a weird guest to have on his
Mike Tyson was like, yeah, the one with the fucking Billy Ray Cyrus dude, and the other one where you're all naked and shit. And then he was like, why the fuck do you think I have you on my podcast? And it was just like,
your manager probably booked me, right?
Yeah.
Also, too, Mike Tyson probably not the guy to go at for that shit. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like, don't fucking press Mike. That's a kind of a weird
right,
thing
but you're
to-
on his pod. Figure you're in safe walls potentially.
You forget that he's, at the end of the day, he's a kid. But not just that, but he's like a fucking kid from like the hard streets.
Yeah, he
of
doesn't know
Brooklyn,
about Mike Tyson going to jail for X amount of years for.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You think he did that one? There's big controversy behind whether or not he did that.
I think wouldn't he have come out and been like, "That never happened. I'm gonna put that behind me."
He did.
No, he vehemently
did.
denies it. He's been denying it since it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, and it
to
was
this
maybe
day.
like a Don King conspiracy thing.
I don't know.
But Bill Cosby did it. All this shit. He did
I think
all
he's
that
innocent. There's just a ground I want to stand on. It's actually Bill Cosby. No, man.
Some of these comics who've done fucked up shit, I'm like, dude, get out of here. You guys hear about this news with Adam 22? It's hooking up with like 16-year-olds. You guys know that guy?
Yeah,
Tattoos guy.
Is this Chris D'Elia Jr.? No, I didn't.
Same shit
he
like
looks.
that.
He
dude.
looks like he would hook up with 16-year-olds. Like, yeah.
I think once weird stuff happens like that, man, we got to do a better job of shutting people out. Doing creepy.
I don't even know who that guy is. Who the fuck
Rape
is
shit,
Adam
who?
22?
He's kind of a podcaster, right?
Yeah, dude, he's a pretty big podcast. Has rappers all the time. Pop him up right
like
here. He has like a porn channel. Like he'll bring in. He has a wife. He'll bring in the porn star and he'll talk for a moment and bang him.
What's their podcast called?
No Jumper.
No Jumper.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
I know. So what happened to him now?
He apparently for years has been hooking up with 16-year-olds. Lil Pump came on Instagram Live the other day and was like, Adam 22 was fucked up. He was fucking the same chicks I was when I was 16. There were 16-year-olds on the tour bus.
Really?
He was fucking them.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
But in a situation like this where the guy has his own independent platform, it's kind of like, who's going to cancel him?
Right.
Is YouTube going to cancel him? Apple
Right.
Podcasts? Say we're in a different era where people can kind of stand on their own two legs. A guy like Chris D'Elia, he's like, well, yeah, I did this fucked up shit, but I'm going to go see if I can sell the show.
Did you guys watch the documentary that came out
On him?
On him?
No.
It was an independent documentary, and it was just like exposing all that shit, and it was exposing like the he wanted girls to get like branded for him,
Really?
like his initials branded on them.
Really?
Yeah. Like when
son.
like 17-year-olds or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't even see that.
Yeah. No. I apparently it's like it exposes a lot more.
We just
and
went-
really closes the book on like any like question about whether what if he was like good or bad. It was like no, like fucked up
We
shit.
just went full swing from like, yeah, if they're 17 in high school and they're fucking a teacher, who cares? To being like, this is disgusting.
I think we're playing devil's advocate. You know what I mean?
right.
So I know a girl who lives in LA. She was supposed to be on the same comedy show as him, and a lot of her fans came to the show, and she was like, this is a little bit weird. Like I have a background where I'm standing up and promoting women, and now I have this guy on the show. What are they going to think about me? I don't think it ended up being, there was no backlash, but it was a little bit weird for a girl who has a following and people who respect her and her decisions in a situation like
Did he have a good set? That's all that matters.
I don't know, bro. And then fucking,
People are like, "Fuck this guy," and then he's up there, you're like, wow, he's actually pretty good.
He has good chops. And then the freaking Matt's boy Louis C.K. came right back, man. Like,
Yeah.
All
nothing
right.
really ever happened.
Well, I will. This is where I
This
will be
is
like,
his hero.
dude.
Outside of me, this is his other
I'm
hero.
a big Louis guy. I don't, and when people say he didn't, he kind of did. He kind of did have to pay for it a bit. He lost a lot of fucking money. He was out of the game for a little while there.
It felt
he's
like
he's not as mainstream as he used to be in the slightest. I mean, just because he could sell at the Garden, I mean, like that's not his fault. You know what I mean? But it's not like he's in movies and shit. Like he was for a bit there.
Did they cancel his show because of it?
Yeah. Crazy thing, I was supposed to go to the premiere of his show that night. And then,
or the movie. He was coming out with a movie too, and then they just completely scratched the movie.
Yeah,
it was like
that's
the
what it
movie
was. That's
called
what it was.
"I
Sorry,
Love
it
You,
was the
Baby"
movie.
or something like that.
Yes,
that was gone. FX
I was
gone.
supposed to go to that, and then we all got an email that day, and it's like, sorry, and it was very vague. Sorry, we can't.
Specials were taken off Netflix. I mean, like he did. There was. He probably. I mean, I can't throw a number value out there, but probably lost a lot of money.
Oh yeah, it's a ton of money.
And
I don't know enough of the scandals that he was involved in. You guys don't have to tell me, but like the only ones I really heard of was the ones of masturbating in front of Sarah Silverman or whoever it was.
Well, Sarah Silverman said she was cool with it. Like they would do it. It was like a weird thing they would do. Like they would like be in their building and they would go down the elevator naked together and then like go back up for like the thrill of like being naked and like people seeing them. I mean, like. The two of them, that doesn't surprise me really in the slightest. They're both fucking out there. But like, so I guess the problem was, okay, so he did ask permission to masturbate in front of girls. Mm-hmm. Apparently they said yes. The problem was that he was so famous. It was a power dynamic thing. Yes. They may have felt obligated to say yes.
Right.
I find it weird that we have a problem with that, yet Bill Clinton, like we're like people were cool with that. The same people who like want to hate Louis were cool with Bill Clinton, like fucking secretary. They'd be like, oh, she was an adult or whatever. He's the president of the United States, asking a secretary to have sex with him. Don't you think she might feel obligated to say yes? Yeah, you know. So I just like think people are so fucking hypocritical about it, you know. And he did pay. That's my whole thing.
Yeah,
and there was no.
And Bill Clinton did go to Epstein's Island 26 times. So who knows?
Is that the figure? 26?
I think it was something like that.
Something in the 20s.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
He probably frequented there a lot.
Yeah.
You guys see
He's probably just going to get tax information, I would assume.
Yeah.
The situation unfolding with Jussie Smolett. You guys see this new documentary piece came out on Fox News where they interviewed the attackers. Mm-hmm. It almost seems like a comedy.
Really?
Like the way that these two big black guys are reenacting the scene.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, I guess I'm just fucking edit this part out. They like are running behind him and they're like, I was fucking laughing. I was laughing.
Leave it in.
Dude, imagine I didn't fucking just cut that out, dude. Imagine. Yeah. You guys gotta watch it. It's fucking wild.
Really?
Seriously, like the way that they're reenacting it, they're actors. So they were like taking it.
Well, probably not good actors either. That's the best
I know,
part
but that was the whole reason that they even got involved in the situation. They thought that Jussie Smollett was gonna like open the door to Hollywood with them, which happens to so many people who are under the wing of famous people. Like, just do this little thing for me. Yeah. And you might not see it as the most fucked up thing of all time. Right. When the cops came to Jussie Smollett's apartment at 3 a.m. when it was negative 25 degrees out in Chicago, he still had the noose on his neck that apparently the robbers put on his neck, dude. Yeah, he had a Subway sandwich on the building in like the building camera shows him at 2:30 coming in with a Subway foot long and the noose on his neck.
Chappelle had a good.
What do you say? What do you say about it?
Well, he kind of just broke it down, and then I guess the punchline was. Can we cut this part out too?
Yeah.
Okay, so white guy.
Wait, you want me to just cut the part where you said the bad words, or this whole part? There was a big walkout due to his special.
Yeah, true.
It's like
I was
fucking comedy.
I was gonna say when Trump kept calling the coronavirus the China virus, and everyone was getting so mad at him.
The Kung flu.
The Kung flu,
which is brilliant.
I think he transferred into the China virus though after that one. They're like, you cannot call it the Kung flu.
The Kung flu. That's genius.
I think we forget how much of a legend he was before he was president.
Bro,
everyone loved him.
Until he
became president.
People have to understand when he was president, man. That the shit he would say was funny as fuck, and you don't have to agree with it, but it was funny.
The debates right before he became president.
Somebody has a really good joke about this. I can't remember who it was. I can't remember what comic it was, but how is it enough time passed that we can now admit that Trump was funny? And then he goes through like a thing.
That's a great question, and I think that we can admit if he gets back in office, then you're like, yo, what the fuck? Why did we bring him back?
Right.
So I remember the whole time he was in office, I was like, this guy is an idiot. Gets out 6 months later, you're like, all right, where's his tweets at?
Yeah. Because it wasn't.
There is a void. There is a void on Twitter without him there. You know,
it's because it's so polarizing and just every side reacts one way or another.
Yeah.
But that's what we've transferred to anyway, which is kind of crazy in terms of just like everyone is like in their own echo chamber, and then you get that one person that comes in the middle and just fucking and gets everybody riled up. I don't know. I enjoy it. That's me.
He's got your vote.
That's
Where
how we go.
Do you vote in Missouri, by the way?
Call it. I've never voted before. Ever.
Same.
I voted for the first. Yeah, right, dude.
No, I haven't voted. I've not
Really?
voted. He's older than me. That should
Yeah,
be more.
but dude, white guy from New York. I feel like
Yeah.
you get shamed way more.
Oh no, for sure. But also, like, here's the thing: like voting in New York, it's like your vote doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, but you know how mad people get when you say that.
no, I know.
Well,
New
they're
Yorkers
mad because
hate
he
when they
just
say
showed
that.
his hat to which side he was voting for. He
No,
goes,
no,
my
no.
vote doesn't matter because
blue,
we're going red.
Well, no. I mean, no. I mean, that's not necessarily true. Like, if you vote blue in New York, it's you know what I mean.
Doesn't really
You're just all right. You know. No. Yeah, I haven't voted. I just don't.
Yeah.
I voted in the last one because I was just getting a lot of heat for not.
Well, that's what I was just about.
Caring.
Me saying,
Doesn't
yeah,
give a
me
shit.
saying I've never voted is probably more controversial than anything else.
For older people, it's like this like belief. You know what I mean? It's like this old like
Yeah. My
it's our
dad still-
country
yeah.
type of thing. you know?
Yeah, because you look at other countries and it's like this is our right.
Right,
to vote.
right.
And that's fair. That's a very
Sure.
good point. But
Yeah,
also,
we
too,
just don't.
Who needs
see
to
it.
vote when we got guns, baby?
yeah, it's true.
I saw on TikTok this woman created a bulletproof corner of her room that's like a Murphy bed shield for her classroom.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. People are
Were there
doing
guns
wild
in
shit.
school where you were around?
buddy? Yet again, another thing. People would roll up guns in the back of the car. That's just how we did. Yeah.
Was there any thoughts about Columbine in that specific situation or your town?
No, because we were literally going to go get a gun out of the car and end it right there.
So you're saying more guns, more safety. DeSantis, Trump, 2024.
Yep, and that's no. It's been a good podcast. Nah, man, I was just like, no, but there wasn't no, because I think Columbine happened actually around the
Was it 91?
Yeah, it was maybe in the 90s, late
look that shit
90s.
up.
Also,
Yeah.
You know, it was like the
98.
first one.
you had such a small school though, 60 graduating class. Like that's not ICP for a school
Right.
shooter. They
Yeah,
they
no.
need a bigger
Yeah, right,
selection
right.
to choose from.
420, 1999. They must have been high on
High
weed
as fuck.
on the devil's lettuce.
Yeah, that's what they. Yeah, that's right.
That the amount of Congress
there's
people that came
conspiracy-
out.
is it
They were hot.
91?
99.
Columbine conspiracy theories, not like Alex Jones, like, oh, it didn't happen. Like, there's conspiracy theories that like the government assisted it. Like, there were people reported that there were other shooters that we just aren't saying. Like,
Really?
We've heard that in other school shootings too. That there
Yeah.
are more gun noises in other
yeah.
parts
It's
of the
just a
building.
CIA representative in like in another building. Just
I don't know about like all this stuff. I don't know about this like in the context of like school shootings, but you know, CIA sketchy stuff.
Oh, yeah,
sketchy
buddy.
stuff.
Yeah.
Those folks aren't always up to any good.
so
You know.
A knee cramp?
yeah, dude, I don't know what happened there. That's what happens when you get old.
IT band.
I didn't know.
Yeah, bro.
IT band, I bet.
Buddy,
Okay,
my shit is tight.
What were you just saying, Kevin? My bad.
No. I was.
So let's explore how tight.
Now he's texting. Look, dude. Now the kids.
No,
like,
no.
it's
Fucking, we
focused,
lost
dude.
him.
What, you getting a
We
FaceTime,
lost
kid?
I was just defending Alex Jones, so I gotta. You know.
Boy, shout out my cousin A. Jones. Fucking lit. It's wild when somebody says 10% facts and true shit, and then like the other 90, you have to be like, oh, that guy's moron.
Yeah,
That's the issue with Tate, bro.
Yeah.
When you listen to his self-motivating shit, he's
Yeah.
like, you can improve every single day.
Yeah.
And then the next one, he's like, a woman's just like a sandwich. You want a new one every day. It's like, bro, I can't harp on the good shit
Yeah,
you said about
right.
guys when you're saying wild shit like that.
Facts. But yeah, dude, no, I don't know, man. That Columbine shit. I felt like that happened, and there was a long time in between the next one happening, though. So I don't know how.
Totally, because that was like the first. That was the breakout one.
Yeah.
Everybody else was like, "Wow, is this?"
That was
hot?
the
Should we
COVID.
do
Yeah,
this?"
that was the COVID of fucking yeah.
We got to do something about those guns, man. Hate to start the politics talk, but like we got to figure out something, dude. Better gun checks, I think, is number one. Like, why is it so easy to get a gun? You should easily have to be 21 and show your ID,
Yeah, dude.
or 18 and show your ID.
Also, too,
If they had metal detectors at schools, like, wouldn't that kind of solve the whole fucking problem, though?
I don't know. See, people have said that too. It's like
That's
if you have
actually
metal
interesting.
if
But you want to have metal, but you.
like TSA, you know what I mean? Like maybe not to that extensive degree, but like
But some of the shit happens
Couldn't
in
we-
elementary schools, though, from kids who are 18 and go back
Right.
to their elementary
Good
school.
point. Good point.
I don't think it's like kids shooting
oh,
up
you
their
think they
exact
just
schools.
barge in the
Yeah, because it
Okay.
seems like I don't want to say a good amount, but a solid amount of these kids are 16, 17 years old going back to their elementary school or middle school where they had traumatic.
Gotta get those kids
growing
laid,
up.
dude. That would fucking solve everything.
And then circling back to the kids' fucking students.
Dude, teachers fuck students were good. That's what we were trying to say. we were
All this
advocating
devil's
for like,
advocate,
yeah. That's how we end. That's when we go, you know what? It's okay.
Someone get a pen. We're making some good policy here.
Yeah, we are, dude. Hell yeah.
All right, bro. So before we do get out of here, man, I want to wrap it up on a good note. You guys have anything exciting coming up? Shows coming up? I know I'm blessed to be doing the fucking Prohibition comedy show in 2 weeks.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
March 30th.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes,
Hell
dude.
yeah. No, you go ahead.
No, man. I was just gonna say follow us at Prohibition_comedy, and then individually real Matt _McCoy.
At Kevin McGloin.
Yep.
You can figure out the spelling. I don't even want to fucking spell it out. Who cares?
Wow, we're all drunk here today.
What do you guys see as a unit for the next year?
Oh, well,
2023.
I can say this, maybe not for the year, but for Prohibition Comedy, we have that show on the 30th that you're on, but then we're also about to announce some exciting dates for April and May, probably within the next 2 weeks. So
You guys
keep an
touring
eye
a
out
little
for
bit?
that.
I see you
Yeah,
guys
so I was just
bouncing all
gonna
over
say
the
we'll
place.
announce this right now, dude.
Let's go. You
want to
announce
this
it?
bitch on the road, son. We just went to Chicago with it, and then
How was that?
it was awesome.
It was great.
It was
Love
fun. We
Chicago.
sold out. Yeah, dude. We sold out one of the clubs there, basically. Well, almost sold it out, and then kind of like provided a proof of concept to like take it other places. So now we're gonna go this summer in June and probably bounce around down south, like do like a little south tour with it. So that should be fun.
You guys should videotape that shit.
We're going to for sure. We're trying to do this too. You know what it is, man? It is. It's all about content, right? Like I'm opening for this other guy, and I'm trying to get him to take this other guy with us around who can just kind of really shoot everything and document it, because it is so important to make sure that you get everything on camera. So we do probably should do that.
Shay Durano was on the couch like 2 days ago. He's a huge following right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I suggested to him, I was like, dude, why don't you just have a vlog person following you around to the shows? I think that would add like another aspect to it.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
people, I think just content in general, as much as you can
You can
get.
never go wrong too with that. And honestly, man, a guy like Che can also like make it feasible for somebody, because if somebody knows could jump on and do some time on a show, you could have a guy do that for free.
Totally.
Just 'cause they know they can jump up, you know what I
I didn't
mean?
even really think about that. 'Cause sometimes it could get costly, obviously, traveling with somebody else,
Yeah.
especially in these comedy dynamics where
But if you're doing it in,
give
I
you
don't
as
know,
much.
you know, what his travel schedule's like, but if it's in the area or whatever, man, yeah, for sure, that's easy.
Yeah. Get like a Miami
Just the
person
current-
or
the
a
cur-
DC person.
Yeah,
type.
right.
Yeah.
The currency is just like, the stage time. So people would film it and do that shit for you, as long as you could just throw maybe 5-10 minutes or whatever.
You guys have any suggestions on how a comic just moving to NYC, wanting to start comedy, how they get involved and more immersed in the scene? Let's say they've
That's
been
funny.
doing comedy in their hometown for a year.
That's
and they're
interesting.
Like, we got to
man.
go to New York.
I've been thinking about this a lot, dude, because I kind of wish I would have started comedy outside of New York City and then came here. I do generally think there is something to like having like a good solid 5-10 minutes and then moving here, and like, because that's like, it seems like that is the route. Or even like if you look at certain people like just Jeffrey Asmus, Maddie Weiner, they came here when they had like a solid 15, and now they're killing NYC. So it was an easy transition for them to make. But if you, I mean, look, everyone of course thinks they're ready to move here, but you know, if you come here and you had like 5 or 10 minutes or whatever, dude, I think the easiest route to do, and this is just my opinion, and maybe because that's the way we did it, is to start a show. And like, cause you have to have some sort of currency for people to, I feel like, get you want to.
It's a give and get game.
Yeah,
is what
yeah,
you're
it's a
trying to
give
say.
get game,
Especially more so now.
Yeah.
When
Because it's
they're
just
way
so-
more produced shows.
Sure. And so many comics, though. You
That's
know?
the thing.
So
There's so many comics here. It's insane.
everybody kind of has to.
You have to
know,
do something to separate yourself from everybody else. So whether, and not just one thing, usually it's multiple things. So whether it's a podcast, whether it's, you know, a show, whether it's videoing, like some of these guys are really good about this, good at like videoing shows and stuff for you. And then in exchange for stage time or whatever, which we used to do that with this guy, man. And like, there's a ton of ways. You just got to get creative, I feel like, to make it feasible. But because getting into a club immediately is almost impossible, I feel like. So yeah, you kind of have to ride the underground shit. But like I said, I'm by no means a fucking
No, but I think having something to offer.
Yeah. And I would add to that probably 2 things: carnivore diet, Hustlers University.
yes.
That's the key right there.
Back the blue.
It's been working for me.
Back the blue and vote Trump, and you'll be fine in New York, dude. It's one thing. That's the fucking advice we give you guys. You know?
Prohibition comedy. Oh, Kevin, you didn't say your Instagram. Can you guys both say it? So I'll pop it up here. Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
At real Matt _ McCoy. Boom.
At Kevin McGloin with 2 N's, even though my real name has 1 N.
Yeah, what's up with that? So we got to kill the guy who's got.
Yeah. It's some fucking Ireland right now. Who's probably hungover.
Dude, there's some girl on Twitter who has PGA Live, and the Live Golf Tour is like trying to figure out, I think, how to get it back.
Really?
Because
pay some fucking money. How about that?
Yeah, dude, give her $1 million. Get the Twitter handle.
That's
back.
nothing to them.
How much would you pay to get the Kevin McGloin?
Like $30.
And that's why he'll have the double ins for a while.
Prohibition comedy. Kevin, thank you so much for coming on the pod.
Thanks for having us, brother.
Thanks for coming on the
Appreciate you,
pod,
my
guys.
guy.
Check these guys out. And Matt, we still got to get you on the freaking Ted Jones Comedy Show again.
Yes, sir.
Guys, we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.
Bye, my babies.